Because, to be a centenarian storyteller. While I may not have a century of experience under my belt, I've devoured countless tales and spun many of my own. Let me weave you a saga of the battle for the throne. Magnus had ruled with a just hand, ensuring prosperity and peace for Solaris. But his passing threatened to shatter that tranquility. Tradition dictated Eldred, as the eldest son, would inherit the throne. Yet, doubts lingered. Eldred's impulsiveness and thirst for power worried the council, while Lyra, with her strategic mind and shrewd diplomacy, seemed far more capable. Corvus, immersed in his books and far removed from the games of power, was an unlikely contender. As Magnus breathed his last, Eldred wasted no time. He declared himself king, his voice ringing with authority, and demanded the immediate allegiance of the council and his siblings. Lyra, her eyes narrowed, pledged fealty with a veiled smirk, while Corvus, heartbroken and disillusioned, retreated to his library, seeking solace in the ancient scrolls. Eldred's reign, as predicted, was one of tyranny. His decisions were rash, his laws harsh, and the people of Solaris soon found themselves groaning under his iron fist. Lyra, ever the strategist, began to subtly sow seeds of dissent among the populace, whispering promises of a better future under her rule. Meanwhile, Corvus stumbled upon a forgotten prophecy within the dusty tomes, foretelling the rise of a just ruler who would ascend not through force, but through the will of the people. The kingdom was a tinderbox, ready to ignite. Eldred, sensing the growing unrest, became increasingly paranoid and cruel. He imprisoned those who opposed him and imposed crippling taxes on the people. Finally, unable to bear the oppression any longer, Lyra and a band of loyal followers rose in rebellion. The battle for the throne had begun. Eldred, wielding his mighty warhammer, led his forces against Lyra's rebels. The clash was brutal. Brother against sister, friend against friend. Just when it seemed Eldred's superior numbers would prevail, a new force emerged. Corvus, inspired by the prophecy and the plight of his people, emerged from his seclusion. He rallied the people, not with weapons, but with words of hope and unity. His message resonated with the weary populace who flocked to his banner. The tide of the battle turned. Eldred, consumed by rage and blinded by his lust for power, was ultimately defeated. Lyra, recognizing her brother's true strength, relinquished her claim to the throne. Corvus, the scholar, the peacemaker, was crowned king, ushering in a new era of prosperity and justice for Solaris. He ruled with wisdom and compassion, forever remembered as Corvus the Wise, the king who ascended not through blood, but through the hearts of his people.